In Google, if you search for butterfly effect, you'll find 61 movies, TV episodes, or shows with the title Butterfly Effect. But what's so special in it?
So, 61 years ago, a guy named Ed Lawrence used to take the weather reports about the probability of the rain or the speed of the wind. So, when he took these reports were so long. The digits what he got were 10 digits or longer than that. So, this big number of digits, he just made it into small and made it a 3-digit long results. So, if I ask you a question, what's your age? You wouldn't reply, my age is 15 years, 130 days, 16 hours. You would just reply, I'm just 15 years old. That's just an approximation of your age. So he did this for a long time. So these approximated values, he just one day put it into the computer and went out for a coffee break. And when he came back, when he saw the results were chaotic.
The minute changes that he entered processed to bring a huge, messy result. And Ed Lawrence realized a thing. The tiny changes can create a huge impact. He named it as the butterfly effect. The mysterious butterfly effect had made numerous changes in our history. Let's have a deep look at them. And we Sanjay Brothers, we the products of English Care, let's get right into it. Event number 1. In the country Austria, there lived an important officer named Franz Ferdinand. And there were some of his haters too. They planned to assassinate Franz Ferdinand and threw a grenade on his car. But unexpectedly, the grenade bounced off his car and was placed in the car that was coming behind him. Many people got injured. And Franz Ferdinand decided to meet the injured people. When Franz Ferdinand was going on his car, the driver made a wrong turn. And when the driver realized that he was going on a wrong way and stopped the car, a guy from the country Serbia was standing before them. He was the one who threw the grenade on the car. And when the driver realized that he was Gavrilo, and before he could back up the car onto the river expressway, Gavrilo seized the opportunity and fired into the car, shooting Franz Ferdinand, and he killed him. So I told you earlier that Franz Ferdinand was an important officer in Austria, right? So by this action, Austria got very angry and forced the war, and with the help of Austria and with the help of Hungary, forced the war on Serbia. So by this, Russia fought with Germany, France with Belgium, and Britain with Germany. The First World War, World War I, began. A small wrong turn set off the chain event that led to World War I. Okay, Sanjay, shall we move on to event number 2?
Okay, so during 1918, there was a war between the British and the German. There was a British sniper who is named Henry Tande. So, as a British sniper, he would stay long back and just snipe the enemy soldiers who were coming closer towards him. So one day, he was casually sniping many people. After that, he saw one soldier. He reloaded the gun. He was about to pull the trigger, but the soldier quietly looked into him. Just he looked down to his feet, and when Henry Tande looked to his feet, he saw his feet was wounded. He was badly wounded. He was barely able to walk. You could tell, as per war ethics, it is not good to kill the wounded people. So Henry Tande didn't pull the trigger. So he didn't pull a bullet a millisecond. The person who was behind the trigger was Henry Tande, and who was in front of the trigger was Adolf Hitler. So, if you had pulled the trigger, there would have been no Adolf Hitler. So, there would have been no person in World War II who rose to such power and made World War II a big chaotic event in this world.
Okay, but what made Adolf Hitler go furious against the Jews? In the early 1900s, the young Hitler approached the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna, where he applied twice and got rejected, possibly by a Jewish professor. And this went on to shape his metamorphosis into the human manifestation of evil. We can only speculate how history would have been different, and 60 million people's death would have been avoided.
So, you guys know about Cold War, right? So, a US Navy ship, which was in an ocean, it was traveling in an ocean. So, in its radar, it detected a submarine which was deep inside the ocean. So, they couldn't detect which submarine it was, because it was an unidentified submarine which was heading a top secret mission which was by the Soviet Union. So that submarine which was named B-59. So this submarine was having so many nuclear torpedoes. They are armed with so many nuclear torpedoes. Then this US Navy ship, they wanted to know what this unidentified submarine which was near Cuba in the depths of the ocean. So this US Navy dropped some non-lethal depth charges. But for the Soviets, for the people in the submarine, they thought the war has broken out because they thought it as a strike which US Navy took onto them. As they were too deep in the ocean, they couldn't connect with the head office which was in Moscow through the radio. So they couldn't connect with head office for days, and they didn't know if the war has broken out. So they thought the war has broken out, and they had the commander. The commander was the only person who declined no. There was no war which was being broken out. For the torpedo to be released, the three highermost officials in the submarine has to accept, which is the captain and the commander, as well as the political officer. The commander, who is Vasily Arkhipov, denied it. His denial caused the nuclear torpedo not to be launched. He thought that there was something wrong. They were not attacking us. It was just a warning signals. So his feelings, what he felt was true. If he would have agreed for the nuclear torpedo to be launched, there would have been full-fledged nuclear war. The global devastation would have happened. So the world as we are here wouldn't have been even here. So a small denial caused the world to be saved.
Okay, now we have had a look at some of the best butterfly effect events, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, shining off.
We are the Sanjay Brothers.
Thank you.